Here are some tips for bridging with the things that come up in bridges. Alright. You can start with your feet together, and then if it's more comfortable for you to have them a little bit apart, that's fine. But starting with them together, you can feel the contact right and left, and then when you open them, they're more likely to be aligned. If you have a tendency to get hamstring cramps when you go into your bridge, sometimes here are some things that can help. Going up and down a few times, just to let your body know what's about to happen, can help. The other thing is noticing where the weight is, both right to left. Is the weight even on both feet? And also, is it mostly in your heels or mostly in the balls of the feet? And you can kind of play with that and see if you have less cramping. The other thing is, if you're up and you start cramping, you can just calm down. The tip I give people that helps them the most is when coming up into the bridge, just slightly pull forward. Often when we come up into the bridge without realizing it, we're kind of pushing back this way. So up in your bridge and just get this little pull with your feet in that direction, and that can feel pretty good. Get some engagement in the back of the legs and the glutes. If you have some back discomfort in bridging, remember you can adjust your low back position. So ideally, you kind of know what's going to feel good, but if you're just discovering this for yourself, you can start with a little bit of this tilting of your pelvis one way and then the other way to notice, okay, does my back feel a little bit better flatter? That's something to keep in mind. Also, sometimes when people come up into the bridge without realizing it, they go into an arch of the low back, and then that sometimes doesn't feel comfortable for them. So this is really about you being able to feel good in the exercise. So let's say I'm rolling up one vertebra at a time. I go ahead and curl, and I come up, and I come up to here. If your back is hurting here, you can try and do a small adjustment yourself, not with your hands, with your pelvis, and see if that feels better. The other thing is you can just be lower, right? So you can just do a lower bridge. So those would be my 2 tips if you're having some back discomfort with bridging. Is there a micro adjustment you could make with your low back, and also how high is the bridge, right? So you can keep it low, get it in a good position, get your back in a good position, and then you can play with the height. And in Pilates, we're usually just going up, so we still have weight at the bottom tip of the shoulder blade as far as the height of the bridge, and then coming down. Right, those are my tips.